Hello Autobots and Decepticons, my name is Soulmonger, and today I'm bringing you some Transformers Fall of Cybertron action, probably some clips from some various gameplays. That's just for the background. I'm actually not looking at it while I record this. And before you guys leave a comment or a like or a dislike on this video, please listen to it in its entirety. Alright, I want to talk a little bit about the weapon balance. Some new weapons were introduced. We saw the Nucleon Charge Rifle, the A4 Pulsar Cannon, the Corrosive Slime Cannon, and the Gear Shredder. So I'm having a pretty good time with all these weapons. They all offer a unique aspect to the battlefield, and none of them are super overpowered. They're all just kind of average in my opinion, but they do offer some cool effects. Like the Gear Shredder, you can knock off some limbs, and you can also shoot a couple at a time. And like the Corrosive Slime Cannon, it melts your opponents and it also slows them down. So I mean, they're good assist weapons in my opinion so far, but I haven't seen any as like a primary. Maybe the Sniper Rifle, but the Sniper Rifle also does require you to be less mobile, as you have to hold it down and make sure you hit your target with a full blast, usually 2 shots to kill your opponent. So I'm going to make this video short and sweet. Please give it a like if you agree with this. Leave it a dislike if you disagree with this. I would like to show this to High Moon Studios in better hopes to balance out the weapons even further, a little bit better. There's 2 weapons in this game so far that seem out of place to me, as in they kill extremely fast compared to the other weapons, or they do something that gives you a huge advantage on the battlefield. The first one is the Path Blaster for the Infiltrator. I feel like this gun is just a beast from any range, anywhere, and it could get toned down just a little bit. It's a really good gun and it takes accuracy, so I hate to take away damage on the skill factor on it, but I still feel like it could get toned down just a little bit because it does kill extremely fast for how automatic you can fire it off. The next weapon, I think it just does too much, and it just is a powerhouse on the battlefield. It's the Energon Harvester. It gives you back health for every time you hit your enemy. It also inflicts damage, and it has pretty good range for a shotgun. I would like to see the actual health that is given back to you, the Energon, reduced to maybe half, because you can be sitting in there fighting like 3 people with that thing and just gaining your health over and over, and if it's a scout, a destroyer, and a scientist, you're gonna kill all of them. Now I know you're the Titan, but the destroyer has like no chance against this gun. Even if he dashes backwards, he gets hit from it from the range. And that's kind of my thoughts right now on the Energon Harvester. I feel like the Energon Harvester and the Path Blaster, if I could use those 2 weapons, I would at all times. So now I'm going to give you guys my thoughts on each class, kind of with the new weapons and the new balancing. And I didn't get to play at all this last week, and then I jumped into a bunch of games last night, and I got my butt handed to me, and then I started to get a little bit better near the end, and then today I felt a little bit more comfortable, so I'm liking that. I think that there's a good amount of skill in this game, and it kind of feels like Halo 3 to me again, whereas if you don't play that game for a while, you jump into a match, you're usually going to get killed a couple matches in a row before you kind of get your shot back, and you kind of get your movement and your feeling to the game back. So I think that really helps in this game. So I'm really liking that about the game. I love that this game is a skill-based game and not just a point-and-shoot shooter. So anyways, let's talk about the classes. The Infiltrator, I still think he is the best on the battlefield. Escapability is just amazing. The Nucleon Charge Rifle, the new weapon we saw, was the Sniper. I think that's pretty good. It takes away his mobility a little bit. You have to hold it down for a little bit to get max damage. And it does encourage a little bit of camping, but I don't know how big of a factor that's going to play into objective game types versus like a team deathmatch where you can kind of just sit in the window and camp and just pick off people from a mile away. But I think the Infiltrator still is the best. He has the best weapon, in my opinion. That Path Blaster is just a beast. You can kill somebody from close range, medium range, and long range, and you have so many shots in the chamber. That's the one thing that I would kind of like to see reduced a little bit for him. The Titan is really good. Like I said, the addition to the ability on his Whirlwind really made a heck of a difference. Not taking that much damage while you Whirlwind, that helps that out a ton. And that Energon Harvester, when you are up close, you have just no worries no matter who you are fighting against. And so I'd like to see the Energon Leech reduced a little bit for that. And for his new weapon, the Corrosive Slime Cannon, it's kind of hard for me to pick that weapon over the Scrap Maker, but if you were to use the Corrosive Slime Cannon, it's a good weapon for slowing your teammates down and maybe picking off like a couple weak people or killing a scientist with it. And the scrap maker is still pretty good. I think they balanced it out pretty well. I haven't been getting killed a lot by it. Maybe it's because everybody's using the slime cannon now, but I think that was pretty good. Alright, next is the destroyer. This is the class that I think needs an automatic machine gun or some sort of weapon that's not an explosive weapon. The barrier is so useful for him because it's kind of like, oh crap, I'm gonna die, I gotta put this barrier down. And even if you put it down, chances are they're just gonna blitz through that. You're gonna be out of ammo, or if you miss your rocket shot, which you have one in the chamber, which is your strongest gun by far, your thermal rockets, you're pretty much dead. That A4 Pulsar Cannon, it's not really the best. It's like a switch to weapon in desperation and leaving a trail behind you, and hopefully they run over it and you can blow it up and inflict enough damage. Even if you stick it to them, I haven't had too much success with it, and I've used it quite a bit this far. I still prefer the riot cannon over that. And I just feel like he is in desperate need of an SMG. Not a long-range gun, because then you'll see him throw the shield down and then just shoot across the map, and then you'll see a bunch of people just doing that over and over. But I feel like for him to truly destroy, he needs like a submachine gun up close. But let me know what you guys think. I just kind of envisioned it a little bit different. I felt like the Titan should be able to battle the longest up close but not have the best weapons, and then I kind of felt like the destroyer should be having the best weapons but not be able to battle the longest, hence their health is kind of set up like that. But right now with the Titan, there's no reason for me to pick the destroyer because I have the most health, I got the whirlwind, I got this Energon Harvester that's gonna give me health back, so why would I pick the destroyer over the Titan right now when I want to battle up close or just battle in general? So I feel like the destroyer, he needs like some sort of machine gun or something. He needs something to help him out. And the scientist is the last one. I am really looking forward to that photon burst rifle. The gear shredder, it's a fun weapon and it's cool. It's not the strongest. You gotta really use ricochet. It would be like maybe used for maybe finishing somebody off that's like running away or hiding behind a box pretty well. But it's not the strongest weapon. I can't see really using it over like the photon burst rifle and the neutron assault rifle. I feel like the holding on the charge, like charging it up for 3 blades, reduces your mobility so much that it makes it kind of useless to do that you kind of just have to use the solo blade. But I do think it is a fun weapon to use even with the low damage, and it can be hard to hit somebody because of the variety of the terrain with all the bumps on the map. So it's not the easiest to hit someone with at all times either, especially if they are rolling left or right. And also, as I'm talking about these weapons, guys, please realize that I'm only using the upgrades on the weapons that are available to me, and things can change when different upgrades are applied. So I think that's pretty much it for the scientist. I still think he could use a little bit more health. He dies so much quicker than the scout, even though they have the same health. And I think that kind of wraps it up. And please note that these balancing, I guess, suggestions are for what I have available to me right now at the time of the demo. So let me know what you guys think. Leave it a thumbs up if you agree with me. Leave it a dislike if you disagree with me. That's important. Please rate the video. If there's a high enough ratio of likes to dislikes, I will try to get this to High Moon Studios so they can make further balancing changes. And they also read through the comments on these videos when they see it. So make sure and leave a comment. And don't just say this gun's overpowered or underpowered. If you have a suggestion to make, give a reason behind it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe for more Transformers, and have a good day, everyone.
Ooh.